Did I lose access to? Oh. Okay, I just realized okay, let Christy Braden in. Okay. So I was so excited to get to the group that it occurs to me I did not click on Paul's link that brought us to the document to work in.
I can do that.
Do that? Thank you. I was so excited to see you all again. I can do that. Thank you, Aaron.
There you go.
All right, excellent. Let me get this thing going. My goodness. Okay. Great. Okay. I'll go ahead and share my screen, hopefully. And Aaron, you hit the record as well?
Yes.
Right? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, of course, I can't see you now. That's how that goes, right? So you'll have to speak up. But the concept here is that we are just listing beneath here potential action items that the board might consider related to what this goal is, which I'll read again. Review, expand, and clarify communication methods to provide consistency and transparency with stakeholders and establish a CCSD 46 brand that supports the mission, vision, and values of the district. So these may come to us really, very directly from all of the big ideas that kind of fed the goal, but there may be other things as well. So who's got one that they'll jump in with? What are some things that we might do in our school district to meet this goal?
Revamp the website and the logo.
All right. So create, whoops. Boy, it comes out really little or really light. Create new website. I'm going to make those two different things. Create new logo. Okay. Huh.
Would you like me to present? I don't mind doing the presenting if that.
You won't mind? Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. I will accept your offer so I can see you. Does that mean you're typing for us too, Aaron?
I can try to if you guys want. I'm not the best typer, but sure.
That's okay. We trust you. So we have create new website, which is for some reason in really hard to read font. And then we have a much darker create new logo. Okay. All right. What else would we be doing?
Having a plan for having like a communications plan. So not only like the components of it, but there'll be a clear plan across the district, no matter your building or where you're at. So a clear communications plan.
Yeah. And then, so that's shared between buildings, right?
And I think maybe a part of that is just kind of an inventory of what platforms people are using, and maybe even connect that to some sort of like survey about what people want to use, right?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Well, in fact, I'm going to expand that even a little bit, Kelly, and say I would suspect that there are a whole lot of questions we could be asking people about communication. So some kind of a communication survey, audit, I'm not sure what language to use right now, but something that really would help us understand even better the state of communication in our school district and where we should be going to improve. Okay.
What about, and this goes back to the comment that we had made in the past about you can turn comments off on this social media page or you can't, and do we want questions? Maybe, and I'm not going to say this in a very probably perfect way, but make sure we have an understanding of all the potential platforms and what we can do, what we can and can't do with them.
Sure. Yep.
I'm also, I'm thinking about the conversation we had about sort of expanding the conversation beyond, the logistics of whether or not we know what our bus is. God love you, Dr. Lichtman. I was thinking of you all weekend. But once we get there, maybe some sort of like editorial calendar where we're determining, an area of focus or a conversation that maybe goes along with the calendar of the district. So as we start to get towards budget time, there's conversations, about that or communications about that. And, beginning of the school year, there's communication about all the great, overall curriculum things that we're doing.
So
Yeah.
expanding our communication way past the logistics.
Yeah, and it's the plan, but it's like a calendarized,
Mhm.
theme or topic.
Sure. As I'm looking at my friend Cassie in the middle of my screen, I'm thinking about, well, I don't want to lose the concept of communication being about the community as well. So let's play with that for a minute. What might be a potential action step related to community?
Maybe creating a list of points of contact, for different things. So that way it would be easy to kind of centralize that, have like a particular liaison maybe with some of these different community, that way it's a lot easier for us to keep track of and
Just maybe like identify those partners that we want to engage with. Yeah.
Yep, that's great.
I think too, besides that, like, I think ideally maybe you would maybe have a yearly or maybe twice a year where those people from those organizations, like those heads of those organizations, are maybe getting together, like with the different basically public service sector. So like library, like maybe like public safety, they come together to kind of say, most of those places have like their year kind of laid out. Right. So then kind of saying, hey, this is what we're planning, so that they kind of can have an idea of what they might be able to collaborate on. And then maybe hopefully that wouldn't take up too much of people's lives.
Yeah.
So if it was just like a couple of times a year, touching base before a school year kicks off, maybe touching base before summer starts. So these programs that are offering really continuous learning and resources are, not wasting money because they're all offering the same thing, and can also maybe fill a gap. They actually might have some funding that could fill a gap or things like that. So like knowing who to contact, like Cassie said, but also maybe there's a formal committee or meeting that's happening, like, to do that.
Yep, that's great. Yep. I'm thinking about the survey, what kinds of communications are used in district. And I don't, that's not the whole thing, I think. I don't know, maybe just, let's just put in consider a communications audit. Where we're really examining how we're communicating and how we can improve the messages that are going out. So I think it's a wider topic. And I'm also thinking about, I've had people talk with me recently about, hey, we've gone so far in one direction with digital. Are we missing a whole piece of our community that would care what we're doing, but isn't going to go online and see what we're doing? Is it important to have a return to some kind of a printed newsletter a few times a year that really shares with the community what our school district is about? So that could also come out of that potentially. So, oh gosh, it's 7:01. Okay. We have to make sure we say our thank yous and goodbyes too, because I'm the one who said we had to. So, anything else anything we've missed here?
Can I just add to maybe the audit? Just as a board member, I would love to know how we can improve board to community communications. And so would just ask that we, make sure that we get that kind of feedback as part of the audit.
Sounds good. Yep. And I know we were supposed to review the actual goal. Are you comfortable with the goal as written? I feel like it encompasses what we said. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I would like to thank this group. This was a really fun group to work with. And I just felt really honored by all the input that everyone had. It felt really very good to kind of bring everyone's ideas together and see how we are impacting the community already with our communication and how we can improve. So I really appreciated that. Anybody else have any comments to make as we say goodbye?
I just wanted to say thank you for thinking of us and reaching out and asking for our help, because this has been really fun. From the first day, I'm like, oh, this is totally up my alley. I love this. And I described it to my husband. He's like, oh, that sounds awful. I'm like, no, this is so exciting. I love this stuff. He's like, oh my gosh. But no,
That's why it takes all kinds, Stacy.
It's been a lot of fun. So thank you.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, agree.
Good.
And this has been really helpful and, showing me this perspective of different members of the community I might not be interacting with quite as frequently. So it's been really informative to just know a lot more about what the community at large values and how I can kind of shift it into our mission here at the library too.
That's great. That's great. Well, it's been a pleasure to get to know people. Absolutely. And you should all know that Samantha was a key member of our wordsmithing team. So I feel like I got to know her really well. And you were really good at that, Samantha. So thank you so much for your help there.
And you know what? I'm so excited about the mission and vision and values. So yeah, thank you, Samantha. Just loved seeing it come together. Makes me so happy.
Me too. Me too. And
You're
of course,
welcome.
go ahead.
You said you're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you all. And we're going to see you in the other room. And have a great rest of your night and a great rest of the year, because we're almost there, believe it or not, right? All right. Thanks.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.